Thank you for being here. Let's get things started, shall we? 513-873-7134. If you live in the city of Cincinnati and you're in certain circles, then I know that you've heard the news about Kelli Prather, who I don't know if I would say she's one of the choppers, but she's certainly, is a part of our chopper family on a regular basis. She comes into the show. Hell, I just interviewed her 3 weeks ago. Because, maybe 4 weeks ago, she was running for mayor. And we know how that turned out. But the big news is that she now has legal issues. She's been charged by the feds. I reached out to Kelli Prather because you know me, that's what I do. I reached out to Kelli Prather for an interview, which she declined. But she did share some information with me that I think is fair for me to share with you in terms of her viewpoint about the charges. So I'm going to share that with you in just a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. Stay. You want to hear it. You might expect it. I'm not saying it's earth-shattering, anything like that, but I do want to share the perspective. And man, wow, what the hell is going on? What? If you don't know the detail, of course, I have the details. Jason writes, poor Kelli, bad luck seems to follow her. Well, that's one way of putting it, for sure. That's one way of putting it. But I want to share with you this morning as we get the show started, just to jump straight into it. But let me throw my number out to the ether. And also let me give you an opportunity to share the show this morning. 513-873-7134. Now that's my number. You can see it there in the bottom, I think, right hand of your screen. If you want to give me a call, you don't have to. You don't have to. Trust me, we got this covered. You can always take a free ride on my thoughts and just be edutained, right? You know the motto of the show. Again, this is the Nathan Ivey Show, where nothing is funnier than the truth. Men are allowed to be men, and sucker MCs get dealt with. And we live up to that every single day. Today will be no difference, family. Good morning to you. Please take a second to like and, in particular, share today's show. Please like and, in particular, share today's show. My reach is only so far. Our reach is infinite. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. What's up to my audio choppers? What's up? Politically Petty Podcast, first inside the chop shop. He writes, Morning Nate in the choppers. Hashtag flows rated E for everybody. Hashtag free Chris Matthews. Hashtag send that check. Send that check and get it right back. CG Dub writes, Good morning, choppers. Good morning to you, CG Dub. Ben Thomas writes, What's good, family? Hey, everything, man. Life is beautiful. Great to be alive. Great to get a chance to rock with you every single morning as we do. And we chop it up on the issues. Some matter more than others. Let me see if I can I think I like that better. Some matter more than others, right? Some people are more into certain issues and less into others. It is what it is. You know, it's a la carte, so to speak, on this show. You can take from it what you bring to it or whatever you want to take from it. It is what it is. But I want to talk about, let me just hit the ground running. I want to talk about Kelli Prather, man, because damn, I don't know. I'm sure there's people out there that maybe had advanced information about this, but I didn't see this coming. Kelli Prather was charged in a COVID-19 fraud case. Now, you know my stance has not changed. You are innocent until proven guilty. I don't care who it is. I don't care where it is. In this country, you are innocent until proven guilty. But yesterday, the news broke, federal COVID-19 fraud case. Let's step away from that, man. There was a lot of people doing that COVID-19 fraud shit, trying to use the loopholes and make a little extra money, you know, fake businesses and all this kind of stuff. I don't really get caught up with that stuff, but, you know, people do what they do. I'm not saying that Kelli did it. I'm just saying that I know that this is something that was widespread. And the feds ain't playing. They ain't playing here locally. You know, for whatever reason, it seems like they are focused on Cincinnati and everybody in Cincinnati, or maybe this is just what they do. But Kelli Prather was one of 4 people charged federally in separate cases with defrauding COVID-19 pandemic relief funding. Apparently, you know, she said that she had businesses that she didn't. Prather, the complaint said, purported to be the owner of 6 businesses. Under those businesses, she sought more than $600,000 in fraud relief and fraudulently received approximately $19,800. The FBI began investigating Prather back in September of 2020 after Fifth Third Bank found discrepancies in one of the loan applications, the complaint said. Upon review, 5 other pending loans were found. So this is just last year. This is 2021. This is just last year, right? Now, do you believe that Kelli Prather would commit COVID-19 fraud at the same time that she's running for mayor of Cincinnati? Do you believe that? I'd like to get your thoughts on it. 513-873-7134. Let me get to what Kelli Prather, because it ain't a long list. I ain't trying to talk it all the way up like that, but let me just get to what I did communicate with Kelli Prather, because you know me, I'm on the job. So I did reach out to her to see if she was available for an interview. I offer her this platform to speak with the people first. She declined. And I think it's fair for me to share with you. In fact, she said I could say that she was targeted and that the charges are fabricated. That's the word I received from Kelli Prather. She said that she's being targeted and that the charges are fabricated. Now, when it comes to being targeted, we've heard this before from Kelli Prather. She said she was targeted in terms of her mayoral ballots. Remember that? She said she was targeted. And I don't doubt that because of some of the things that Kelli Prather has said, that she is a target for some folks. I don't doubt that one bit. You know how this city is. You start making noise, the wrong kind of noise toward the wrong kind of people. Oh boy, you got problems on your hands. We got an early call. Let's take it. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, how you doing? Of course, we all just have come on to this to hear this, but I just find it kind of unusual that if there's another individual that got $390,000, they're saying she only received $19,800. Why is she the only face that they're showing?
Well, I would
And,
say
and
it's
I'm not
because
going to accept because she was a candidate for mayor
that's part
when
of
you're
it.
talking about money. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, to answer your question, in my opinion, I think it's because she's probably the most well-known locally. She just ran for mayor. She's ran for other offices, ran for commissioner, ran for city council. She's more prominent. And when the news is making stories like that, they always gonna lead with the most prominent and most well-known person.
Yeah, and I just think it's sad, because I know the media perpetuates, a lot of things, and I'm hoping but that it's not true.
Yeah, me too. Me too. What's your
You
name,
know,
brother?
I'm Kenneth,
Oh, what's up,
and
Kenneth? Good morning to you, brother.
yeah, and I'm just really hoping it's not true. I've met her, I know her, and it's taken me totally by surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And now I would never condone wrong, so so don't misunderstand what it is that I'm saying. But from the things, the items that they're saying, and that's another thing. She Krispy Kreme donuts. She went to Kroger's in the car wash. It sounds like, if anything, she was struggling in the pandemic and she was just trying to live. But I know that you can't use that to justify any type of criminal activity.
Right.
But I just found that, you're right. They're going to go with the most notable. But but if you've got somebody that took $390,000, I think that should be what a notoriety should be. Is the amount of money that they received, and not so much because she's a public figure. And I also know that they've been after her. She's filed several things against the city as well. So I know that they don't like Kelli Prather.
All right,
Are you
Kenneth.
still there?
Yeah, I'm here, Kenneth. We all here, man. Thank you for the call, brother. Anything else?
Yeah, but and that's it. I just think, I just think that it's sad that she's the only face. They didn't show any other face except for hers, and I just think that that's unbalanced.
Okay. All right, brother. Thank you for the call. That's Kenneth. He says, I'm not talking. Good morning, son. How are you? Doing well? Yeah. All right. I love you too. Slept good?
What's up, the Nathan Ivy Show?
Yes. All right, buddy. See you later. That's Kenneth and my son, Junior Black Panther. So, yeah, I mean, I can understand that kind of like, listen, it's the yin and the yang with being locally known or having a little bit of, clout or recognition or however you want to look at it. It comes with the territory. When you put yourself out there front and center, when some shit go wrong, you going to be out there front and center. You can't complain about that. It is what it is. And from a media standpoint, in my heart, they're going to lead with the most prominent name. Why? Because it's going to get clicks. Simple as that. That's what they do. That's what it is. So again, in my heart, you are innocent until proven guilty. Kelli Prather is innocent until proven guilty. I don't know anything more than what we've been seeing. There's one in the Inquirer and one on WCPO. He's right. She didn't fraudulently obtain the greatest amount of money, but she's got the biggest local name. She just ran for mayor. And so if you're the media, you got to lead with that. You got to lead with that, especially with all this stuff about corruption. You got to lead with Kelli Prather. It is what it is. From a media standpoint, they'd be dumb not to. They wouldn't be doing their jobs if they did anything other than that. It is what it is. But apparently Kelli Prather allegedly tried to get $600,000. That goes a long way. What would you do with $600,000? Don't even get me started. But she received $19,800, according to prosecutors. And then they're saying she went on a spending spree. She was spending like money on Kroger and Staples and Krispy Kreme and AAA Car Wash and Park Place Restaurant. Shout out to my friends at a Park Place Restaurant. So they went through the whole list. They must have got everything she was spending. Like, wait a minute, you supposed to spend the money for this, not that. And, listen, if you do the crime, you gotta do the time. Okay, I get that. But I mean, it just seems like there's bigger fish to fry out here. There's a bigger level of corruption that's really taking place, but seems like the feds want to focus on the small potatoes, but it is what it is. It's just the way I look at it. We'll see what happens. Now, these charges are carrying like 30 years. We ain't talking about no little bit of time. We're talking about a lot of time. 30 years? From what I'm reading, her lawyer is Erica Underwood. We know Erica. Shout out to Erica this morning if she's listening. And it just don't look good. One thing that caught me is this quote in WCPO. Check this out. Quote, an ex-boyfriend told special agents Prather gave him a check for $8,000 for payment on a Madisonville house she bought previously, then put it in his name. So they went back and talking with ex-boyfriends? Damn. You snitch? I'm joking. It is what it is. I hear snitching on Kelli Prather. Prather stands charged with bank fraud, aggravated identity theft, making false statements in connection to credit or loan applications, and false representation of a social security number. Let me say this to all my entrepreneurs and small business owners and hustlers. Be smart out there with that PPP loan shit. Be smart. Don't play no games. You see what's happening. If you ain't got no employees in your business, don't fucking put that on the papers now. It's gonna be that ass. That's all I'm saying. To all my folks out there, I know what the game is. I'm grown too. I know what it is. Be smart. Be smart out there. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna say I got an extra employee, and you don't have no extra employees. It's just you. You got a sole proprietorship. You want to act like you got 3 or 4 people working with you so you can get that green. Be smart. Be smart, because I'm going to talk about you. You already know. It is what it is, family. I mean, we all like money. I like money. Don't you like money? Every adult I know likes money. But how you get it is what really matters. I would just say to all my people out there, be smart. They watching. Be smart. Be smart. Ain't no time for crying when they knock on the door. FBI. All that shit over with, homie. Be smart to all my people out there. I want you to live your best, honest, lawful life. You know what I'm saying? Do it at your own risk. Do it at your own risk. I like money too. I'm just saying, we all like money. But, how you get it can have a real impact. But if you're just tuning in, I did get a chance to communicate with Kelli Prather. And what she told me is that she felt like she's targeted and that the charges are fabricated. She feels like, she exposed people for their corruption. Now they're going after her. That's the gist of what was communicated to me from Kelli Prather. You know what I'm saying? She gave me the okay to say this to you. So I'm not, I don't betray no confidence. I'll say it again. You tell me something, say it's on the low, it's on the low, till death. or incarceration. It's never coming out. But she gave me the A-OK to share this with the community and with the audience this morning. And I just want to get your initial reactions. What do you think? Y'all might even have an opinion about guilt or innocence. I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts about it. Mm-hmm. And there's a member of city council right now. His name keeps coming up too. I've heard this now from 4 different sources about a current member of city council, and that his name, and like behind the scenes, some things might be going on. We'll see. What's happening here? You got Jeff Pastor, Tamaya Denard, former member of city council. She got caught up dealing with, I don't know, her husband, boyfriend, baby daddy, something like that. Lakita Cole, Kelli Prather. So, I don't think that these situations are disconnected. And I think, humans being humans, people do shit. People make mistakes. Sometimes they're in these situations and they make decisions that come with legal consequences. People do shit that's illegal sometimes. I look at Kelli Prather the same way I looked at Tamaya Denard, the same way I look at Jeff Pastor. And that is, you're innocent until proven guilty. Now, we know with Tamaya, she got a date where she got to turn herself in. That's going to be a real sad date for me. I'm not looking forward to that. I hate to see what's happening with that sister, but you do the crime, and you got to do the time. You know what I'm saying? It's simple as that. It's simple as that. That's just the way this world is built. It ain't fair. Yeah, people get away with doing a whole lot worse and never get to court. It's true. But that shit don't matter. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is you. That's it. So some have said that it's like some plot against Black elected officials or people that step out. I want to know what you think about that. 513-873-7134. Do you feel like there's a plot to get Black elected officials or to get Black folks that might want to run for office? Are Black elected officials being targeted here in Cincinnati? You tell me. You tell me what you think. I'd love to hear it. But again, if you're just tuning in, I did get a chance to communicate with Kelli Prather. I invited her to come on the show. She declined. I'm cool with that. I understand completely. But my job is to ask the question. You know what I'm saying? No matter what the answer might be. And so what she told me is she felt like she's being targeted. She felt like, let me bring it up here so I can speak. And that the charges are fabricated. And fabricated. And this goes back to, do the feds fabricate? Do they fabricate cases? Okay. Are we seeing a trend here? We shall see. PG Sittenfield's got a case, the feds after him. He's saying it's not true. So what's up with the feds? Is it the feds or is it the people? You tell me. 513-873-7134. Now, coming up at 9 a.m. this morning, we got some folks coming in. Hopefully we'll get them on Zoom, get them on video to talk about an upcoming event. Matter of fact, it's going to happen tomorrow. Okay. And the Urban League is involved with it, and they'll be coming on. Some good folks in the community are going to be recognized for their long-term work here in the Cincinnati area. And we'll talk with them at 9 a.m. this morning. We'll get the what's going on at 9 a.m. Now, until then, and then after then, you got me at 513-873-7134. Hey, what's up, Greg Williams? Thanks for becoming a patron, brother. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I want to get your thoughts on it. Tell me what you think. I know you got an opinion. Don't be shy now. No sense of being shy. We fam. Just give me your thoughts on it. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Chopper fans. It's your boy, Stefan. How you doing, good brother?
What's up, Stefan? Good morning to you.
Hey, I'm doing all right. What's up, Facebook? How y'all doing, my good folks? How y'all doing, my other haters? Everybody got haters. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. You ain't got haters, you ain't popping. I'm popping, man. Man. Oh, man, I got to drink some water on this one, bro. Oh. Man, Kelly, I'm cool with Kelly. She reached out to me, same thing she did with you. She reached out to me, but you know what I mean? She said they trying to actually come after me. Stephon, they gonna come after you next, Stephon. I said, I don't do nothing. I don't do nothing bad.
Right.
So I ain't saying something she did was bad. I don't do nothing at all. I'm righteous. Lurk all over me, bro. Righteous, bro. That's cold. You know you got righteous lurking over you. You good. But anyway, like you say, she's innocent until she's proven guilty. 19, come on, 19,000. She just applied for it. Hey, they all make up lies when they do stuff anyway to other people. You know what I mean? The mother organization, they need to check their records too. Because in their public records I got, some of them are doing the same thing. I ain't gonna say no names, but hey, that's on them. But the whole point is, man, what happened, I wasn't there. She said it's all makeup. They made it up on her, made up lies on her and everything. You know what I mean? But like the one brother just came on, why they ain't showed other people's faces and all that? I understand she's a public figure, but they got the same type of crime, allegedly crime. You feel me? So they should have put their faces on there, you know what I mean? But it comes with the public figure, what you do in life. I understand that. You know what I mean? But on your take, what you think, Mr. Nate? What you think?
About what?
I mean, about the whole situation. What you think about it, though? What do you think? Real talk. I'm hearing you. But how you really deep inside? How you feel about this?
How I really
They
feel
coming
about
after
this?
black folks.
How I really feel about it as it relates to Kelli, is that
period. When Kelli
period?
and they target black.
Are they targeting black folks? I think that city council, I believe that was politically motivated on some level. So I'm talking about Tamaya, Jeff, and PG, and then whatever happens else. I think that's politically motivated. But what I would also say, and I've said this to elected officials, to their face, is be careful of self-inflicted wounds. Like if you feel like you're being targeted and you feel like people are out to get you, then don't give them anything. That's what I think.
Exactly.
Make sure everything is clean above board. If you're out front in a position like that and you feel like you're being targeted, then make sure your nose is clean.
That's me. That's why I'm running for city council, brother. You can't even go way back in the days and sign up on me because I don't do nothing. I hang with my mama all the time, So you know how that be. Yeah. Mama's boy. You ain't gonna you get your butt in his house. You ain't gonna go out in the street and play with nobody, So we live and learn in life, Remember this, we dealing with Satan world down here, brother. This is Satan world down here. Everybody, right is wrong and wrong is right. So we dealing with this down here. So we got all. I told Kelli and Kira, I say Miss KT, stay in Kira, sister. Stay prayed up. I'm praying for you. Keep fighting because you fight a hell of a good fight. No matter what what happens, keep fighting. Don't give up. You know what I mean? Because some people get broke down on the inside of going through all this bond stuff and it breaks people down. So we got to pray for her to keep lifting her up. No matter all these little charges, man. No matter what we go through as people, we still got to encourage each other, keep loving on each other too. My compassion is my strength, bro. That you know that. So on her behalf, she just got to keep praying. Don't lose no hope in self because some people do that and they give up. Ain't no giving up. You keep finishing this race, Kelli, if you listening. You keep finishing this race, sister, no matter what happens. No matter, she don't go to jail. She don't go to jail. I guarantee she won't. She won't at all. Trust me. When I say something, it always happens. She ain't go to jail. So,
brother, I'm gonna be honest with you. If she did this and they find out that she going to jail, ain't no doubt about that. I ain't playing no games.
Probation. I just see probation if I'm saying innocent to proven guilty. I'm just saying, I see probation. Oh, another subject, brother. I know you want to talk about KT, but I wanted to touch you with this, man. It really touched me. At Grant Park, 2 p.m. last Friday, 2 p.m. A little fella, man, 7-year-old. I knew him since he was a baby. Knew his grandma. Man, I heard what happened in the community. Man, don't you know it was a white guy, gave the baby a cigarette, don't know what was on the cigarette, had him puff it, and then put a coat over his head and try to kidnap him broad daylight, man. You know what I mean? Broad daylight, man. They know what they did. Some young lady saw it. She tackled the man and beat him down, holding it down till the police came. So many other words, we got to watch our babies at these parks, man. You know, these babies at the park playing with folks you don't even know. You got molesters walking around in your community everywhere. They at churches too, but everywhere. We gotta pay attention out here, y'all. This is sad. This shouldn't even happen. This baby almost got kidnapped in broad daylight, man. Evidently, that man has to be working with somebody else. He just got caught. You know, that was kind of bold, him doing that, man. So I had to bring that up to your attention, bro, because I don't know if you probably mentioned that. It was a black baby. It's a black baby, man.
I have it, and I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, the grandma, thank you, appreciate it. But his grandma, see, I go check on people. See, I just want to get elected just to get elected. I go check on folks. So I talked to his grandma, and she told me, like, yeah, you know, I was like, first of all, where was you at? So it's another story. But, man, his little name Junior. I call him Junior. You know what I mean? But, wow, we gotta keep on praying. Don't give up. Stay on look. Keep your eyes open everywhere you go. Grocery stores, everywhere you go. You know what I mean? Because this is a world we living in today. Right now, folks is coming up missing over nothing, brother. Over nothing, man. But and one more thing. Texas governor Abbott, he banned COVID-19 vaccine freedom passport. He said, "Don't tread on our personal freedom." You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, brother? Them passports when you get...
Right, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So, yeah, so when they get their shot, they give them an identification vaccination card, report card, saying you got your shot. I went on Lincoln Show and I told him, that's remind me of some freedom slave papers when they run up north. Let me see your slave papers. You got your shot? You free? All right, you can go on in there. You go on in the stadium. Go on in there now. See, that's wrong. And I like this Texas governor standing up saying, nah, we don't need that. You don't see no AIDS patient running around here. I got my AIDS shot, look at my report card. I got my cancer shot, look at my report card. My diabetes shot, look at my report card. That should be personal business to whoever got their shot. You should be walking around something on your neck. I got my shot. Them the games they play. That's the virus right there, brother. That's the virus right there. By showing them identification, that's the virus right there. Yeah, we got them under our control now. We got them now. My fault. Let me quit talking like that before they come after me too, huh? Well, I ain't afraid of nothing, brother. Well, let you know that too now, Nate, huh?
Yeah, but I don't understand it. I mean, as I understand these passports, I think I'm in favor of them because, I mean...
Oh, no, Nate.
Yeah, I think I'm in favor of them, man. I think I'm in favor of them because it just makes sense. Like, this is not AIDS. This ain't HIV. HIV is not as infectious as COVID.
But hold on.
Don't you already have to have a driver's license with you when you're in the car?
That's what you should need. That's it. You shouldn't have nothing else. Yeah, you shouldn't have nothing else.
But if you got to have a driver's license, how difficult is it to have a simple passport saying I got vaccinated? How difficult is it?
Why people? No, it ain't about being difficult. It's about being ignorant to that situation. Ignorant. How people need to know my personal business if I got a shot or not? When they had them shots back then, what they call them other shots they had, with all them look like all them holes in your arm or something. Mm-hmm. A Texas shot. Remember all them holes that look like there's a whole bunch of pins on your shoulder? Back in the days, I was like, where you get that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I should think, where you get that from? They ain't never want to tell us. Like, no, it's a secret. Can't tell you how this happened. You know what I mean? Like, when I was a little kid, why you got all them shots on your arm? You didn't need no vaccination card then. I disagree with it because it's your personal business, your personal space. I don't got to be. It's just like you separate the people. No, you don't got your shots. You can't come in here.
Yo, bro, but it's not your personal business because you can spread the virus.
Why it ain't?
Because it's not just about the individual. It's about the people around you. You know what I'm saying? You can spread the virus.
But hold on, you can still get shot and spread the virus, brother. It happened in Detroit. 246 patients got the shot, and they still caught COVID-19. So what's the difference, brother? Nothing. Right. Okay. It ain't nothing new up under the sun. It's the games they playing. We don't need no vaccination card to show that I got a shot. That's freedom paper to get where you want to get in and out. That's another way of form of separation of people, man. For real, point blank. And for real, like I say, that should be your personal business if you got to a shot or not. Like you said, they still getting the vaccination and still catching COVID-19. So what's the difference then, brother? We just got to wake up from the game. So I like to say, I hats off to this Texas governor talking about, well, this is the freedom, I banned this freedom passport. So, hats off to him for doing that. Kudos to him because he is right. Because what I'm saying, was he Republican? That don't mean the whole people ain't saying, oh, is he Republican? He's going to say that. He ain't no Democrat. We need to stop this too. Democrats and Republicans. Mad me the game. It mad me the Crips and Blood. That's what this mad me of, that Democrat and Republican stuff. But
okay. All right, brother.
I take my hats off to this governor for doing that. Brother, nice talking to you this morning, man. You stay encouraged, brother. And the people that's on Facebook page that's looking and viewing in, always get to the chopper. Get to the chopper, y'all. All right, peace.
I love it, man. Get to the choppers. Get to the choppers, man. Today's show is brought to you by my friends over at Renew Community Church. They're doing something different. It's called the Focus 2021 series. And as a part of it, they are making a free ebook available for you this morning. It'll be a source of inspiration for you. You might be dealing with challenges, and it'll help you give you some tools and resources on how to make your dreams come true, accomplish your goals, and deal with challenges. You can also sign up for 30 minutes of free professional coaching. Now, the offer of the professional coaching expires on Friday. Friday is the last day. And if you're interested in the ebook, you can download that whenever. That'll be there for you until the near future, into the future. But the coaching, space is at a premium. I've been telling you this for weeks. So if you want to get involved, if you want to get your name in line, or you want to get in line and put your name down, please do so this morning and sign up for the free coaching. And let me know how it goes. That was Stefan. Checking in. Yeah, Kelli Prather posted something on Facebook. Let's check out what she put on Facebook, okay? Let's check this out.
Let me see.
Frost, did you?
Frost meet and greet Tuesday.
This was my bad. I thought that was her talking about the situation. That's something completely different. We don't need to play all that. That's unnecessary. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Ivy. This is your West Side Connection calling in from the left coast, also known as the People's Republic of California. And the border crisis is real, Mr. Ivy. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, man. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you for having me. And it's unfortunate to hear about campaign Kelli Prather get in to cash in. Looks like she's run her last campaign, and hopefully she will plea and make a deal with the feds where she might do maybe 6-8 months, house arrest for a little bit, barred from running for public office. And maybe she can get on with her life because she is a very, very, very strong Black woman, highly intelligent, well educated. But unfortunately, Kelli Prather, Campaign Kelli, as I like to call her, is not the only one. Tamaya Denard, Jeff Pastor. And it ain't a Black thing, people. Like your first caller, Mr. Ivy, it ain't a Black thing. It's a corruption thing. It's a question of character thing. It's about accountability thing. And hopefully, in the city of Cincinnati and in the city of Baltimore, where the prosecutor, Marilyn Mosley, is under federal investigation, along with her husband, who is the president of the Baltimore City Council. Please, Black Democrat politicians, please, will this be the end of this BS? Okay? Please stop it. This younger generation is catching on. It ain't working no more. The corruption, the exploitation, the poverty pimping, and the race hustling the grifter game, it's all being exposed. And in most part, it's being exposed by people like you, Nathan Ivey, social media, new black media. It's time. It is time because we're talking about trillions of dollars that were intended, well, maybe not trillions, but billions of dollars since the 1960s. Billions of dollars. Well, maybe I should say trillions since the 1960s that have come to black communities through the hands of black corrupt politicians, and the money has never been given to the people who deserve it. And maybe that's why, Mr. Ivey, the black community is disproportionately and 3, 4, 5 times more likely to get screwed by black Democrats. And oh, by the way, next time you talk to Kelli, Campaign Kelli, ask her, did she attend Trump University? Because again, Mr. Ivey, politics is not about the truth. It is about what you can get people to believe. And Georgia, looks like cancel culture has gone wrong. MLB moves the All-Star game from a 51% black ATL, Mr. Ivey, to lily white 76% Denver, Colorado. I'm disgusted. But guess what, Mr. Ivey? I'm retired. So again, I hope Kelli Prather does the right thing. But the fact that she on social media, Mr. Ivey, that's not good. That's not good, Kelli. Get off of social media. Ask Paul Pierce about social media. Get off social media, Kelli, because it's just gonna go wrong. Somebody gonna screenshot it. Somebody gonna add some stuff in the background with some male strippers dancing. Come on, Kelli, cut your losses. Get with Tamaya. Get with Jeff, and turn in some of y'all white buddies. Because when we talking about $6-figure dollars, it's some white folks involved too. So, Mr. Ivey, I appreciate you.
Now, before you roll, drop,
rant.
Kelly's actually in the comments. Sir. She's cracking up. She wrote Campaign Kelli.
I know she is.
You see it? She is.
Yeah,
she's laughing at you, man. So she ain't even paying you. She ain't even bothered by what you're saying. She having fun with it.
But see, Mr. Ivey, you've been messing with me for 2 years now. Matter of fact, it's April. It's been 2 years, Mr. Ivey, since I discovered the greatness that is Nathan Ivey. And Mr. Ivey, you know I keep it real, brother. You know I keep it real. I do not fake the funk like some other people in the chop shop. I keep it real, Mr. Ivey. And I just want to say, Kelli Prather, to start to catch on, especially when you say you're supposed to be so smart and then you do stuff that people question your intellect. So do the right thing, Kelli, okay? Because this is what goes with being a public figure. And I'm not trying to, I'm not being mean or anything. I'm just calling it like I see it. So I wish you the best. Yep, I wish her the best. This won't end her life. This will end her political career, which is a good thing because it's clear she is corrupt. So, but she can still move on and do good things for black people in her community if that's truly where her heart is. But if it was just to get in, to cash in, then maybe she should start writing books, doing lectures, and counseling young people how to do the right thing when you go into public service. So that's all I got, Mr. Ivey. Drop Squad 52, Black Not Democrat, dropping science to anyone who wants to catch it. Peace.
Appreciate the call. That's Drop. Man. Campaign Kelli? Where in the hell did he get that? Ambra, good morning, Ambra. She writes, I like that, Ambra. She writes, since he can't be mad when no more African Americans are able to have leadership roles, they are embarrassing their community. Do right even when no one is looking. I mean, I can't say I disagree with that. Now that makes the assumption that everybody is guilty, that Kelly is guilty, that Jeff Pastor is guilty. You know what I'm saying? Is there a more quieter man in Cincinnati than Jeff Pastor? You don't hear shit from him, boy. I bet you he is itching to talk. You know that brother love to talk? He ain't said a word. He has not said a word, y'all. Not one word. And I don't anticipate he's gonna say anything. Like, why even say anything? You know what I'm saying? He ain't said a word. So yeah, let's be serious here for a second. Let's be real. There's a level of that is true. Now, I'm not one of those kind of people that gets embarrassed by what somebody else is doing. I'm not embarrassed by what Intamaya did. I'm not embarrassed by what Jeff Pastor allegedly did. I'm not embarrassed by what Kelli Prather allegedly did. That shit's on them. I ain't absorbing that. Now, if you're going to do some black excellence type stuff, I'm going to absorb that shit. But you out here doing some dumb shit, that's on you, man. We got to stop absorbing everything everybody does. No, I ain't doing that. But again, you're innocent until proven guilty, fam. That's just how the world goes. Brent writes, we already know the system is stacked against us, but you decide to do some illegal activity, no sympathy. If, in fact, we find out that the charges are valid, let's say hypothetically, Kelli Prather and Jeff Pastor, and I'm just lumping them two together right now, whether it's fair or not, for the sake of the conversation. Let's say that they both end up either pleading guilty or being found guilty, right? If that happens, right, that shit is on them. They did it. And the previous comment I read would be completely true. But I just try to be fair about things. And for my style is innocent until proven guilty. As a black man in America, I can't have any other attitude about anything and no charges. We know how this system do us. I'll say this again to all my friends out there that aspire to be in the public. Don't blow your own deal. It's one thing for things to just happen. It's one thing for other people to make things happen. It's entirely different when you shoot yourself in the foot. Completely. The one thing you can control is your own actions, so control it. The unknown, you have no control over. If they are out to get you because you're exposing corruption, you have no control over that. Just give they or them less to find. That's what I would say. Hold on a second here. I think we're getting a call from Kelli Prather. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Nathan. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. You decided to give us a call, huh?
Yeah, just briefly. I can't talk much about the case because it is a federal case, and I do have counsel. As a matter of fact, I have two amazing attorneys, Erica Underwood and Carl Lewis, who have been just with me as I've been vowing to vying to be in office, and then also discussing other issues that came as directives from New York to Ohio. But, what I am encouraging people to do is check the Secretary of State's website, check to see if Kelli Prather has legitimate businesses in Ohio. Just check. See the dates that those businesses were registered and go from there. As far as discussing the particulars of these bogus charges, I can't even get into that. But I will say, I did just say that the charges are bogus. But anything that I am responsible for, of course, I'm going to accept responsibility for, but I'm not going to take this lightly and lay down and just, let the spectators just throw out all types of false charges. The other thing I want to say is this is highly political. Nathan, this is political. You just saw where I was trying to run for mayor of Cincinnati and turned in 3 sets of petitions, and they intentionally kept me off the ballot. They stopped processing my signatures. Although I had enough ballot signatures to be on the ballot, they stopped because they knew that I would be the one who was talking about, who would discuss or expose the corruption in city government. I was doing that when I ran with Tamaya Denard, with PG Sittenfield, and with Jeff Pastor in 2017. I talked about all of the corruption with these development deals and everything. John Cranley is currently under investigation, and I will say that John Cranley has friends in high places. And so if you speak out against him and his involvement in several of the other members of city government, city council in particular, oh, they're coming for you. They'll send headhunters. So I think that people need to watch this case closely. And it was interesting in all the articles that were posted, there were multiple people who they were apparently looking at, but they discussed to me extensively. And so I think that that speaks volumes. But, I'm keeping the faith. I'm staying strong and courageous. And if you thought that I was boisterous before, oh, I'm really going to be boisterous now. I'm going to speak out and speak out against the injustice, period. And as far as me going away, I like you mentioned, I don't even know your caller. Who was the caller who was just on? I think he called me Campaign Kelly.
Yes, Drop Squad.
Who was that? Yeah. Hey, Drop Squad. That nickname was cute, Campaign Kelly. And you said that this is going to end my career. No, it's not. I'm still running. As soon as this is over, I'm going to run harder and faster than I've ever run before. And I'm going to get support because, again, this is not about me. This is about the people. And I just, I'm just, I'm just floored at some of the comments that people who look like you and I are making and just jumping to, they're playing, what is it? They're convicting me before I've even had my say in court. And so I just, I'm just going to say this. Just like I was saying, pray for Tamaya, pray for PG, pray for Jeff. Now pray for Kelli Prather. But I knew that they would come for me just because I was going so hard. You can't speak out against any level of government and not expect for them to retaliate. So this is retaliation at its best. This is political, but I'm going to fight this with everything in me, along with my attorney. So, that's as much as I was going to say. You did reach out to me, and you know what, Nathan? Let me just tell you how much I respect you. You are the very first and only, well, one of the only two people who I will talk to in the media, because I respect you. And I don't, I know that, you would never attempt to slander my name, and, you show integrity in journalism. So I appreciate that, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to do my talk show, Catching Up with Kelli, and my radio show, Kelli Keeps You in the Know, and still be me. I'm still going to live my life. I think I can't remember the gentleman's name. He said that I should get off of social media. I should just go away. No, I should continue to live my life, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to deal with this. And, I think in the end, the truth will be told. I think that I even have information that could have helped the other individuals who basically had been targeted. I mean, the other individuals meaning the 3 council members who were targeted. It's all a setup, but this is not about Republican or Democrat. This is just about injustice across the board. And the last thing I want to say is it kind of speaks to sexism. Oprah Winfrey said it best. The Black woman is the most disrespected person on the face of the earth. The fact that they have put my name out there the way that they have in 24 hours, and the way that they just drugged Tamaya Denard's name, not only when she got the charges, but when they were talking about the Gang of Five, one Cincinnati.com article called her an animal, and not an animal, a gorilla. And it just speaks to how they want to make us look. I mean, it's just crazy. And even the photo that they took, the photo that they posted on the article, Nathan, it is ridiculous. They picked the worst of the worst photo. They picked a photo that, I did a interview right after I had chemotherapy. And so they picked the cancer photo. I'm a beautiful Black woman, and I have some amazing photos. They could have picked a better photo, but at the same time, they want to make you look horrible, and they want to vilify you in a way that, they tarnish your reputation and they destroy you. But like I said on that Facebook post that you started to, I did talk about a little about what I was going through, but you cut it off short. So, I didn't Yeah, I didn't care if you posted that.
Okay.
Like I said on that, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I am more than a conqueror. And I knew that when I when I became a public figure and I started discussing all the issues in city and county government, the corruption and collusion between city and county government, I knew they were going to come for me, especially since I was a whistleblower and I've been going through this since 2007. So this is like icing on the cake. But you know, if God be for you, then nothing that anyone else throws against you, nothing that anyone else does even matters. Period. So I don't want to get on here and seem all religious and start quoting scriptures and all of that. But I'm a God fearing woman, and God has brought me this far, and He has positioned me to just be a winner across the board. So I just want to call and give you that much, but this is highly political, and I'll get through this. And so feel free to reach out.
Hey, Kelli.
I did talk. Yeah, I did talk to Marla from Fast Pictures, who's also a member of Sun Digital Media. So I'll be in touch with you all.
Okay. Hey, Kelli, a question that is not directly about
Yeah.
the case, but my question is,
Yes.
when did you find out about the feds, building a case against you?
Nathan, I went to the feds. I've been talking to the feds for some years now about some cases. I mean, about the case from New York, the issue from New York. And so, I had legal representation there. So, and it's not like they came to my house and they arrested me. I went to the FBI office. They didn't come to my house and arrest me. So
you went just
out
of the blue, or they called you and you went down?
I've been talking to them I told you I've been talking to them for a couple of years. And then she called me back, reached out to the U.S. Attorney's Office, and the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District, what's his name, David DeVillers, he never responded. And then so once the Biden administration took over, I reached out to the U.S. Attorney's Office again and requested to speak to Attorney Patel, U.S. Attorney Patel. And he was not available to speak, but they said that one of his assistant attorneys, would speak to me. And so I said, well, perfect. So I arranged a meeting and I went in. And so all along, we've been discussing all of this. But like I said, I charge people before you jump to conclusions. Before they jump to conclusions, check the Secretary of State's website and see if I have businesses, see if they're legitimate businesses, see if I've been talking about the fact that I'm an occupational therapist with contract before you jump to conclusions. This is just a way for them to tarnish my reputation and for me to be subjected to public opinion. But like I said, I mean, Nathan, I am certain that I'll get through this and I'll come out stronger than ever.
All right, Kelli. Well, listen, I wish you the best, and let's stay connected.
Oh, definitely. Thank you so much, Nathan. You have a good day.
You too. That's Kelli Prather, everybody. And she gave us the exclusive. I appreciate it. And yeah, it means a whole lot. I mean, as we're building Black media in the city, having these type of opportunities and moments just helps to push our platform even forward. So I appreciate that. A lot of folks, something happened, even Black folks, they want to run to, non-Black media. And I'm like, wait a minute, talk with us first, lift us up first. You know what I'm saying? Because when the shit hit the fan, we gonna be here for you. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. That's from Kelli Prather. A lot of people are like, no, say less. And I get that. That's because y'all care. I see people saying dumb, she shouldn't have did that. The way I take that is y'all care about her. And I think that's a beautiful thing, quite honestly. Y'all care about her and y'all just want to make sure that, she don't say something or do something that would cook her own goose. And that's not, that wasn't my intention. You know what I'm saying? My intention is just to hear her side of the story. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of ways to do an interview. You already know when the guns is blazing, they blazing, but that's not the attack. That's not the stance I'm taking, with this particular story or any of these stories. I just want to let the community hear, let our audience hear from these individuals, from Kelli herself. So I appreciate that. It means a whole lot. So that's Kelli Prather, and you heard from her herself. I didn't anticipate her coming in. I had no idea. She had told me that she wasn't going to do it. But I guess when she jumped into the chop shop and started hearing people and seeing what people had to say, she felt like, okay, let me go ahead and say something. And, my style is just that. I give you the floor. I don't have to ask it. You can just talk. I give you the floor. You say what you have to say. You know what I'm saying? You say what you feel like saying, what you want to say. And that's the kind of space that I want to create here. So, yeah, people saying exactly, Nate. People saying the feds might be watching. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't be the first time. Probably won't be the last time. It comes with the territory when you do this kind of stuff. And it just reminds you just how serious this is. So again, I appreciate that. What do you think about what Kelli had to say? Other than the fact that a lot of people feel like she shouldn't have said anything, what do you think about what she had to say? I got to be honest with my sister, though. I asked her a straight up question. She didn't really answer it. When I was just curious about how long she's known about the fact that the feds were building a case against her. She didn't really answer it, but it is okay. It's okay. We all smart, intelligent people. We can glean from ourselves and make our own decisions about, what we're hearing and what we don't hear. You know what I'm saying? So, you tell me what you think. He says she's been talking with the feds for a while. So it is what it is. Asha writes, Nate, you can just talk, aka, yeah, I'll let you dig your own grave. I mean, that's an element of it. I can't say that's not true. We all grown folks, but that's not really my intention. My intention is not for Kelli to dig her own grave. My intention is simply for her to tell her side of the story. Simple as that. But you're right. That's an element. Whenever somebody's talking, there's an opportunity for them to blow their own deal. But that's not my intention with her. And quite honestly, I reached out to Tamaya. She didn't feel like she wanted to come on the show. That I would have took the same approach. We just want to hear. We want to hear from you, or whoever. I may reach out to Jeff Pastor, see if he feels more comfortable to come with us, and we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. You have to tell me what you think. Good morning. So, what do you think about what Kelli had to say? What do you think? 513-873-7134. Coming up at 9 a.m. for about 5 or 10 minutes, a little bit of a departure from this. We're going to talk with some folks from the Urban League. Tomorrow, I believe, they've got something called Glorifying the Lions. And let me fake here. I think I've got some images I can show you as well. It's called Glorifying the Lions. And they're going to be recognizing some people here in the city of Cincinnati. I would suspect that some of these people you probably know of. Hold on, let me take this down so you can actually read what's up there. These are the Lions honorees. Like, some of these folks jump out to you, right? So we know that's Boosie and Eileen Cooper Reed and Brother Owens. I'm not sure who these two other gentlemen are, but we've got somebody coming on from the Urban League to talk about the event, what it is, why it is, and when and where it is that you can be involved, or you can watch the event and participate if you're interested. That's coming up at 9. So that gives us 25 minutes, I think, real quick. 24 minutes now to break it all down. And again, I want to get your thoughts. What's up, Grizz? Grizz writes, they've been playing her from the stars. It's the freaking feds. Where does the hood radar come on? Grizz does a great podcast, man. Y'all got to check it out. It's on YouTube. Grizz, My 2 Cents. I'll be rolling, man. Y'all be having me cracking up, man. Very, very funny. I like the chemistry between the three of you. You see, Terry writes, they watching. I pray she stop responding to negative shit on Facebook and just let justice be served. Yeah, Angela writes foolishness. Angela don't play. She speaks her mind at all times. James writes, she said years. They've been said something to her, just gave her time to fix it, and she probably came up short on the paperwork. From what I understand, I mean, this money came out last year. We talking about PPP, Paycheck Protection Program loans. That was just last year. From what I'm reading, what's been reported, I haven't seen the official documents with my own eyes, but from what I'm reading, they built this case last year. Apparently, she applied for the PPP loan last calendar year, as in 2020. And she also said something about the fact that, it was 3 other people involved or 2 other people involved. And only her photograph is out there. But, I would say the same thing to Kelli. I mean, it comes with territory. When you out there front and center, you're running for mayor, you're running for commissioner, you're running for all these things. The backdrop story, or at least one of the backdrop stories in Cincinnati as it relates to politicians, is corruption. It just fits. And so if you local media, you're going to report on all of it. But if you only get a chance to put one picture up, it's going to be Kelli's picture. I would do the same thing. I would do the same exact thing if I worked for WCPO or Cincinnati, the Insider, Cincinnati Inquirer. I do, because that's my job. I do the same thing. That's the role of the media. That's what they're going to do. If you don't like that, then don't put yourself out in front of people. And then when you do something, it can be in the back pages. It's real simple. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my take on it from a media standpoint. As a member of the media, that's their job. They're gonna lead with the most prominent person. It's gonna happen. There's no doubt about it. Every single time. They wouldn't be worth the money they're getting paid if they did anything less than that. Simple as that. Tamiko writes, hey, good morning, Tamiko. It's been a minute. How you doing? That beautiful daughter of yours. She is beautiful. Every time I see them pictures on Facebook, boy, I got to stop and pause. Like, look at this little precious little thing here. I know y'all are super proud about that little bundle of joy. She writes, I hope it works out for her. Me too. Me too. Calissa writes, yes, innocent to proven guilty, but it's not her job to prove. It's the Fed's job. Exactly. Don writes, no one has won a case against the Feds. You can bank on that. Is that true? I don't know if that's true or not, Don. I have heard that when the Fed brings a case, when the Feds bring a case, that they usually do their due diligence and spend a lot of time on it. That's what I've heard. I'm a little lost at how all these folks act like the Feds have the best track record with Black America. You're right, they don't. Toy writes, even saying I've been talking to the Feds is a rookie mistake. She said about her NY case, but hey, what's up, Toy? How are you? How are you? Maurice writes, the Feds have our phones tapped. Come on, we are talking about an organization that destroyed the Black Panther Party, the Puerto Rican Nine, SNCC, etc. Facts on facts, as I understand it. Don writes, in municipal court, that would be true, innocent to proven guilty, but in federal court, you're guilty until proven innocent. Some will say that just having melanin in your skin, no matter what level, would mean that you're guilty until innocent, until proven innocent. Some would say that, but I hear what you're saying, Don. You know, you got a better understanding of how this all works than I do. Letty writes, great morning, Nathan Ivy and the Choppers. Good morning to you. Don writes, that's what your mouth says, but you can't prove me wrong. And look at all those that are guilty that made me right. Okay. Grizz writes, thank you. Oh, absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Def writes, the current state of Black America is the opposite of Blackism. Uncertainty, distrust, timid, inferiority, ill, dishonesty, stupidity, rude, weak, helpless, dependent. Shit, the folk I work with, that don't just the folks I fuck with, that don't describe none of the folks I know. The people in my circle, that don't describe nobody I fuck with at all. Nobody. I don't fuck with them kind of Black folks. I'm telling you, we don't roll like that. The folks I roll with, that might be somebody else you describing, but I hear what you're saying. Marche writes, according to the indictment, she voluntarily went to be interviewed by the FBI in November 2020. I don't know. Is that right? So that's what she was speaking of. So that means, if in fact that's true, Marche, and good morning, that means that she got a call. We got a case. You can come down here and talk about it, or we can come to you. She said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and talk to y'all about it. That's what it kind of sounded like when I asked that question. I mean, it is what it is. Shonda writes, if these people have the Feds involved, they shouldn't be talking to anyone. It's called shut up and let your attorney do the talking. Digging deeper holes for entertainment is not how to move smart. I don't think she did it for entertainment. I think she did it because she wanted to let people know where she stands with it. You know what I'm saying? Second thing, people of color are not blacks. Blacks is not even a color, and we are something. We are majority, not the minority. We are Nubians. I get it. Believe me, I'm well aware of the history of whether we're Black or not. I get it. Believe me, I understand, brother. Believe me. Grizz writes, right, they was on her in September. They were. Anthony writes, I don't think Feds would waste 2 years. They didn't have anything with the old cases or the new ones. I would agree with you. For me, if I'm a federal investigator, this is just me trying to put myself in the place of a federal investigator. If I'm a federal investigator, I'm not going to waste my time and energy building a case that is just fraudulent. Okay, that's just me. I can't speak for anybody else. I'm not trying to say I know that the case with the Fed's case is 100%. I'm just saying if I'm a federal investigator, I'm trying to get these criminals. That's what I'm trying to get. I'm not trying to play games and bring people down. I'm trying. Did you do the crime? Do we have the evidence? We coming for that ass. Simple as that. I don't have time for anything else. Angela writes, this is serious. You're right. It's very serious. It's very serious, Angela. Ain't no doubt about that. Airto writes, feds are coming after black politicians and rappers. Okay. Don writes, when the feds come and get you, you going to prison. Ain't no ifs or buts. I've heard that. I've heard that from people that have experience, dealing with federal courts and dealing with this kind of stuff. I've heard it. And depending on who it is, but I believe them. I believe them. They got the experience. I don't. So Grizz writes, do your ish, dot your I's and cross your T's. Oh, absolutely. Don writes, Kelly, she is about to be an example. Angela writes, you place the target on yourself and hand them the ammunition. Kelly's in the house. Fast Pitch, what's up, Fast Pitch? She writes, I spoke on it yesterday, but completely understood when she didn't want to really comment. It's hard not to want to defend yourself, though, right? Yeah, make sure you check out that Valet Service podcast on Tuesdays. Roy writes, she had a case in New York and lost it. Okay, that's what you're talking about. Chris writes, what's up, Chris? It's not fair to compare MLK and X to local Cincinnati politics. I would agree. Who's doing that? Angela writes, how easy is it to frame someone for fraud? Frame someone for fraud? I mean, don't you? I don't know what the exact process is with the PPP, right? For folks who've gone through it, I know people who have told me that it's a very easy process to go through and that the government wasn't asking for a whole lot of evidence. We know this. There's been a lot of cases, pardon me, in the news of people that got caught up with fraud of this nature. So it's just not good. It's just not good. Hold on one second here. I gotta of things. There we are. Now I'm back. Good morning to you. Again, coming up at 9 a.m. this morning, got some folks coming in from the Urban League, and they'll be talking about an upcoming event. As I understand, the event is tomorrow, and I believe it's going to be televised as well. Again, I'll let them give you all the details. Okay, it's called the Lions Honorees. They've got 6 of them. And I think at least some of those names you're going to recognize if you live here in the greater Cincinnati area for any length of time. Cam's in the house. He writes, only the ones that I'm not sure what they're talking about. Shannon writes, my business didn't get any PPP. Yeah, that PPP, man, a lot of black businesses didn't get what other businesses got. Some people that should have gotten it didn't get it. They ran out of money. And then we started to hear about people that maybe fraudulently have gotten it. So, should the feds be doing these kind of investigations about PPP loans? Oh, absolutely they should be, because you want to make sure that money goes to the people that really need it. Absolutely they should be. Absolutely they should be. We'll have to figure out, time will tell. That's one thing. Time will tell. Time will tell. Brenda's in the chop shop. She writes, happy Wednesday. Sharp writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Systemic oppression leads to white wealth. Example, 2001 OTR, buy low, rent high. Yeah, a lot of people made a lot of money in Cincinnati. Ray writes here, hey, what's up, Gary? Thanks for the friend request. Tanika writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. CG Dub writes, bad luck. Campaign Kelli Prather, he is wrong. Angela writes, salutations. Miss D writes, greetings. Yeah, I want to see Tony Wright, 350K, and Melissa McGee, 186K. Word on the street is 10K was spent at Sono Bello. Someone went and got snatched. Yeah, I did. You talking about the other people that was involved? Yeah, it's 2 other women that's involved in this. And Tony Wright and Melissa McGee and John L. Bader. Apparently, Tony Wright received $349,000. Damn. The complaint against him, the criminal complaint filed against Tony Wright, alleges that she used the PPP funds for various personal purchases, such as to restaurants through DoorDash, retail establishments, including Michael Kors, Louis Vuitton, K Jewelers, and vacation activities like Kings Island, luxury rentals, Miami, and American Airlines. So somebody was living it up. Apparently, she spent more than $10,000 at a facility that advertises laser liposuction and body contouring. You gotta take care of the essentials, right? You gotta take care of the essentials. Again, all innocents are proven guilty. We don't know what's going on, but let's just say that these other people, man, Tony Wright, $349,000. Melissa McGee, $186,000. John Allen Bader of Dayton, $120,000. So if you're just looking at the dollar amount, these people got way more money than Kelli Prather. Way more money. I don't know. So I have to wait and see. See, Kelli Prather, exactly, but stay off social media and news with this issue. Let this play out through the process of dotting your I's and crossing your T's. You asked me for advice in the past. Please take this. They're appealing with Kelli to not do any more social media. There's a time, Kelli, when the feds are involved, and that time is not on social media. I wish you the best. Brian writes, hey, good morning to you, Brian. He writes, whether Kelli is guilty or not, stop believing cops and feds are agents of good. They aren't. They are pawns and rooks for a power structure that does huge and petty things to their opposition. And you don't have to be a revolutionary to get it. I have been harassed by the feds since I was 17 and went to South Africa to join anti-apartheid forces on the ground. Random encounters in the streets, often different cities I've lived in. Rule number 1, offer them nothing. 2, rule number 2, tell the world about it. They want to scare you into silence. 3, rule number 3, see rule number 1. I know about this. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not saying I know Brian like that, but from what I know about him, that brother's official. He's speaking from experience. What's up, brother Avery? Avery's in the house. What's up with you, man? Oh, you changed the avatar, huh? The coolest avatar ever. Good morning to you, Avery. Leela writes, I always wonder, how do they know when they spent the money on? They mentioned Dollar General, etc. They probably went to the bank and just got a detailed, bank statement on everything that the money, all the dollars that they spent. That's probably what they did. You know what I'm saying? Tiff writes, what are the name of their businesses? You talking about the other people involved? Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get it. Well, Tony Wright purportedly was the sole owner of Poshed Bar, a hair and nail salon, Beautiful Beginnings doula service, and Jerry's Electronics, Jerry Electronics. Let me see. Melissa McGee, from what I'm reading, I don't see what the name of her business. And with John Allen Bader, in this article I'm reading, there's nothing there as well. So, okay. Here's a criminal complaint. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. It's right here. Damn. So you can read the whole criminal complaint against Kelli Prather right here. So if you're down for some reading, hold on, let me post a link for you so you can check it out for yourself. You can read it for yourself. People got to make better choices. I would just say, again, I'm not saying anything about Kelly's guilt or innocent or anybody else's guilt or innocent. What I will say is make a blanket statement. Be careful. Think ahead. Weigh the pros and cons. And stay on that legal tip. Layla Wright, them businesses sound fake as hell, do they? Lemmy writes, credit cards and debit cards easy to track. Yeah, I mean, you get a printout every single month so you can do your own personal, do your own budgeting, right? So I'm sure the feds did that the same thing. Give me a printout. Kelly's in here. She says to Shonda, I received that. However, part of my brand is on social media. I'm intelligent enough not to share details. And again, I'm not going to stop living my life. The feds have been involved since 2007. Stay tuned, she writes. Stay tuned. So there it is. Stephen writes, generally, when the feds come for you, you're either going to jail, facing some type of penalty, or snitching to avoid both. Jericho writes, if I had that kind of money, I'm not going to Sono Bello. I'm going to Dr. Miami. Right. Shoot for the top. Toy says, somebody said their body going to be on fleek in jail. Y'all wrong for that, man. y'all dead wrong. Y'all are dead wrong. Before we get any deeper, and again, coming up in about 7 minutes, I'm scheduled to get a couple of Zooms or to get a Zoom call from some folks at the Urban League. But until then, I just want to remind you that today's show was brought to you by my friends over at renewcommunitychurch.org. There is a link in the description of today's show that you can use to download the free ebook, a source of inspiration, guidance. You might be dealing with some challenges. It'll be a real source of inspiration for you as you kick off the calendar year 2021. And you can sign up for 30 minutes of free professional coaching on an issue that you choose. Now, the offer of the coaching is available through Friday. After Friday, the door will close with the coaching. As I told you, they got a big response. And I've been saying every single day, I want to make sure that my people from this audience who are interested get in line first. So sign up. Make sure you fill out all of the waivers and all of the information they're asking for. And then let me know all about it. Let me know all about it. 513-873-7134. Do you think that Black people are being targeted in the city of Cincinnati? Or Black people being targeted? We had Tamaya Denard. We had Jeff Pastor. We had a former member of City Council, Lydia Keita Cole. Now, of course, her situation wasn't caught up with corruption, if that's the right word to use. That's the go-to word right now in Cincinnati. Hers was something different, but still, I'm just going to lump them all in together, and I want you to give me your thoughts about it. Or are we looking at an example of people doing human stuff? People, bad character, people making bad decisions. You tell me. 513-873-7134. I saw a lot of stuff on Facebook where people was like, damn, we need better representation. Why they making us look bad? Why is it seems like all the Black folks keep getting caught up? Again, all fair questions. I want to know what you think. Shonda writes, the PPP process required documentation. If it's in order, you should do it. First, draw 2.5 times payroll. Second, draw 25% reduction in year-to-date income and 2.5 times payroll. You have to submit a forgiveness sheet on what you spent it on. As I understand it, that's all facts. That's all facts. Kelly writes, be very careful. Letty writes, every dime you spend, whether it's business or personal, if under investigation, the feds has the power to obtain your information. Mo writes, $350K? You're defrauding the government and upping your consumer abilities, melting fat and not building wealth for your family. Hashtag stupid. Hashtag 30 years. We'll see what happens. Now, if I had $300K, I'm trying to burn my fat the old fashioned way, like working out. But everybody does different things. Like that wouldn't be my first thing to do, is to go to the salon and get the body right and get on fleek. I can do that myself. Gragson's, aka Black Russia's in the house. He writes, good morning. To think Kelli Prather was going around telling Cincinnatians the mayor and vice mayor would be next. The ditch she dug for those men she fell into. Oh, man. You're going to just body bleed. You're just going to pile on, huh? Jack Frost writes, Game of Thrones 2021. Is that what it is? Is that right? We'll see. Okay, so I can see that one of my guests is backstage. We got Dorothy Smoot backstage. As I told you, coming up in about 3 minutes, we're scheduled to have a conversation with the Urban League, and I'm looking forward to it. We're going to start at 9 a.m. this morning, and we're going to be talking about an event that I believe is tomorrow. It's called the Lions Honorees. So I'm looking forward to the conversation, and we'll get started. Hey, Dorothy, are we looking for anybody else? Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Is it just you, or are we looking for one more person? Okay, we got some more people coming in. All right, so she's backstage right now, and as soon as the other person comes in, then I'll bring them both on, and we'll start the conversation. So stick around for that. A little something. It'll take us away from the conversation with Kelli. It's still local, and we'll get back to our conversation about Kelli and other things after that conversation. All right, but I want to make sure that you know what's going on. You might be interested, and we got some local folks that's being honored, and we definitely, we want to recognize people that's doing great things for our community at all times. Frene writes, federal attorneys aren't cheap either. I hope our attorneys are familiar with the Fed system and have friends in those places. Same here. Same here. David writes, replying official league protest being filed. You are not going to target my squad, sir. I'm not sure what that is. Charles writes, right, at least the other lady was trying to acquire some real estate with her loan. Right. I don't know. I don't recommend making no moves like that. I say keep it legal, 100% across the board at all times. And the but isn't even, it ain't even really the right way to put it. But if you find yourself in that situation, you talking about liposuction? Man, you better get you some property, build you some wealth, because you might need it. You might need it. Angela writes, and she just getting straight to it. Huh? Okay. She writes, are they being targeted or are they getting caught committing potential crimes? I think that's a very fair question. I think it could be both. It could be both. I think that you could, because of your persona, things you say, the way you carry yourself, that could put you on people's radar screens, right? It's like, oh, okay. It's like that. All right, we just gonna watch. And at the same time, they catch you doing something criminal, and it's like, what it is. I'll say it again. Life is like that game, Chutes and Ladders. Sometimes you slide down, sometimes you climbing up. You got enough pitfalls, haters, the universe. You got all kind of shit out there that could prevent you from whatever your goal is. The last thing you need to do is to shoot yourself in your own foot. That's the last thing you need to do. The one thing you can control is self-inflicted wounds. You cannot control what somebody else is doing. You cannot control if somebody's targeting you. What you can control is what you do. And so I say you should control it. That's all I say. Control it. Run your business like people watching all times at all times. Okay, we just got Gina in. Okay, we good, ladies? All right. Okay, great. So let me bring my guest on. This is gonna be cool. We got Dorothy. How you doing, Dorothy? I cannot hear you.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. And we have Gina. How you doing, Gina?
Good morning.
Hey,
How
good
are
morning.
you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for making some
Awesome.
time. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Great to see both of you. Thank you for being here. And let's get straight into it. We're talking about the Lions honorees, correct? Tell us about the Lions honorees. Like, what is this? Who's being honored? And then also tell us, how the public can be involved.
Awesome. Yes. So this is something we've been doing for the last 27 years. The Urban League has been in existence in the southwestern Ohio area for 72 years, but 27 of those we've been honoring really distinguished members of our community over the age of 65. And we're looking for folks who have really highlighted our community and uplifted our community and really have been allies for both the Urban League as well as Black people in general. And so this year we are really thrilled with amazing 6 honorees, which include Bootsy and Patty Collins, because behind every great man is a even greater woman, right? So we are very excited to highlight them as a couple and what they've done for the community. We've also honoring this year Father Graham, president of Xavier. We are honoring Dr. Odell Owens, who in his right has amazing person, and the things that he has brought to our community. We're honoring Dave Dillon. Dave Dillon is the former CEO of Kroger, but he has a special place in our heart because he was our former board chair years ago. And then the incomparable Eileen Cooper Reed, who, I mean, who doesn't love Eileen and what she's done for the community? So we are really thrilled to really put the names of these individuals out there and honor them.
Okay, that is great. Great. And I know many of those individuals, and I do know they do great work in our communities.
They sure
Dorothy,
do.
what's your take on this? So when is this event? Is it going to be televised? Is it going to be a virtual event? How can the audience, be involved?
Yes, it will be televised. That's tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. on Channel 5. And it will also be what's the word? Rebroadcast later.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. It will also be rebroadcast later on. So if you can't make it tomorrow, you can tune in later, and we can also record it. So we want to make sure that people have an opportunity to see and celebrate our Lions with us.
Okay, that sounds pretty. I like that.
And Nathan, we will have a link on our website for folks who are out of town, because these honorees do transcend Cincinnati. And so for folks who want to share with their friends, on Friday the 9th, we'll have that link on our website so that folks can see that virtually as well.
Okay. If you could share with me, I'll share with my audience as well,
Well,
so
thank
people can
you.
check it out. My question is, so tell me about that process to become an honoree. Is that something that the public can submit? Can they submit names? What's the criteria to become an honoree?
Yep. So the criteria is to be over the age of 65 and to be a real leader in Cincinnati. That is our only criteria. We open up the nomination process around November. So look at our website and check in, because we will be announcing it on social media when we open those nominations up. And yes, we encourage folks to please help us identify these lions in the community that we can honor.
Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. So again, 65, doing work in the community. Is that submissions from the public, or is this something done internally at the Urban League?
It's both, really. It mostly from the public, or we have like our guild, which is one of our volunteer groups, and that group is over 40. So they tend to be well connected into folks who are over 65 doing great things in the community. But it's an open nomination process. Anyone can do.
Okay, so let's hit it from the top. Tell everybody again, when is it? Where is it? How can people watch it? How can they view it?
So it's going to be actually televised on WLWT, which is our media partner in this. It is the first episode will premiere on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. If you miss that, it's coming back on Saturday at 7:30, and a whole host of other times. If you want any information about the Lions and the ceremony, you can go to our website or tune into our social media. And our website is ULGSO, as in Urban League of Greater Southwestern Ohio, ULGSO.org.
Yeah, the Urban League does great work. We all know that. Hey, Dorothy, is there anything else you want to add as we finish up here?
No, I just think it's an amazing program. Being over 65 myself, I have known most of these individuals who are being honored, and I think it's important for us to give individuals their flowers while they can smell them, right? And so it's awesome to be able to celebrate them in this way, and to recognize the work that they've done for both the league and the city of Cincinnati.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for your time. Send the link to me. I'll share with the audience, and we'll be watching.
Nathan, thank you for your
Thank
support.
you.
We really appreciate you.
Oh,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Oh,
Thank you. Have a
absolutely.
great day, everybody. Tune
Yeah.
in tomorrow.
Oh, most def. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Yeah, that's Gina Goins and Dorothy Smoot with the Urban League. I appreciate it. And thank you, Crystal, for making that connection with us. I mean, anything that pushes the needle forward for our community, recognizing people, giving flowers, giving education, empowering us, Black wealth building, anything along those lines, hit me up. Hit me up. That's why I'm here. That's the whole purpose. We definitely want to be a connector in the community as much as possible. So if you're interested, there you have it. If you're not, okay, don't check it out. But I want to make sure for those that are interested that you know about these opportunities that are happening in the city of Cincinnati. All right. 513-873-7134. Well, I kicked off the show this morning with this cover here, what Kelli Prather told me about her legal issues. I did not anticipate getting a phone call from Kelli Prather. I didn't see that happening. But she gave us a call this morning. We heard from Kelli Prather herself. And just to double down on what she said essentially, keep watching. She feels like she's innocent. And she said the truth will come out. We'll figure out what's going to happen. We'll see. The one thing is for certain, time will tell. That's for certain. No matter how you feel about this, we're going to find out what's going to happen. There will be a conclusion to this. This ain't going to just go away. You know what I'm saying? This ain't like a rash you get and it's like, what is this? And then a day later it's gone. This ain't going away like that. She going to have to deal with this. This is right here, right now. So let's have the conversation right here, right now. What do you think? Some are saying, listen, are people really out to get Black elected officials or Black prominent people in Cincinnati, or are Black elected officials and Black prominent people doing shit wrong? I think that's fair. Jerry writes, if you Black in Cincy, you always got a target on your back, but you can't make it easy for them to hit you. Well, if you Black anywhere in America, you got a target on your back. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that Black people identify with. That's why you can go anywhere in America, and depending on people's dispositions and attitude, you can break bread with Black people anywhere because y'all got an instant connection. Because y'all in the same conditions, typically speaking, generally speaking, no matter where you are in the country. But you're right about that. I'll say it again. You got enough forces out there trying to stop you from living your best life. You got enough of them. Don't be one of them. Don't be one of them. You got enough forces out there. You got haters. You got people you got just things that just happen. You got all kind of stuff. Don't join that group, right? Working against your own best interests. And it is what it is. Lemmy writes, Fifth Third Bank. Maurice writes, the crooked, corrupt people in Cincinnati are calling their other people corrupt. Interesting. Pamela writes, I think Black people are being targeted. White government is so afraid of the Black political rise. The Black political rise. Some people are. You're right. I mean, generally speaking, I can't say that I disagree with the overall point that you're trying to make there, Pamela. I will say that. I'll just leave it like that. Let me think a little bit more on it. Y'all is hilarious. Oh, man. Sean writes, yes, sir, all is going. Okay, they are talking among themselves. Brothers talking to brothers. Toy writes, there is a difference in being targeted versus being an easy target. We know we can't do what white men and women do and get the same treatment. We never have and never will. So why even do it for trips to Miami and plastic surgery? I get a free $350K. My daughter and I would leave the USA rat race for a slower place in Belize. Damn, she going to Belize? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. If I had 157K, I ain't going to no damn body doctor or something like that. I ain't getting no liposuction. We talking about some wealth building. We building something. I ain't doing no damn DoorDash. I'm sorry. That's just me. That's just me. Brent writes, hey, Nate, what sort of libations and snacks do you have in the Nathan Ivey Show green room? None. It's a virtual green room, so you're at your house. So whatever is bring your own snacks. BYOS. Bring your own snacks. Greg writes, Grand Risings, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you. Politically Petty Show writes, Nate got green tea and kale chips in his green room for guests. Kale chips. Nah, I wouldn't do you like that, man. That's hilarious. Kale chips. I don't even eat kale chips. Greg writes, when you apply for those loans, they stress that there are severe penalties for fraud. They do. I got $27K, but I use it for my business. Oh, I know a lot of people that got something, and I know a lot of people that didn't get anything. So I'm just saying, I mean, just be smart out there. We intelligent. I ain't got to tell you this. You an intelligent, breadwinning entrepreneur, working hard every day, leading your family. I ain't got to tell you this. You already know it. You already know it. Angela writes, morning to the ladies. I'm just seeing this. Sister Victoria writes, Hotep, beautiful people. Same to you. David writes, Dr. Odell Owens. Yeah, some folks, man. We know a lot of these people. I mean, I know Eileen Cooper Reed. What was she? The CEO of the Children's Defense Fund for a long time school board member. I don't know her personally, but when I see her, I'll stop and say hi. I don't think anything negative about Eileen Cooper Reed. Dr. Odell Owens, always a prominent member in the community. He actually did the commencement for my graduation. His oratorical skills are A1, a powerful speaker and a powerful intellect. I mean, again, he's made some comments here or there that I took exception to, but I generally have a favorable opinion of Dr. Odell Owens. I do not know the two white gentlemen. I'm sure they've done a lot of great things. I think she said one was the president of the Xavier University. I'm sure they're doing great work. They're outside of my knowledge. I just don't know. And Bootsy and his wife are deep in the community and remain deep in the community in terms of their involvement. So again, I mean, all great things. I mean, I love what she said about giving people their flowers while they're here. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Tell people what they mean to them. Tell people how much they mean to you and to the community while they're here. Don't wait till they die. Tell them why they're alive. Tell them why they're alive. TNT writes, Dr. Odell Owens. Sister Iris writes, Dear Queen, Mother Warrior, Eileen Cooper Reed. Deaf Moments writes, many Black people are being caught because of the monkey see, monkey do mentality, trying to be white instead of accepting Blackism. I hear you on that, Deaf. I just think it just comes down to, some straight up, are you going to commit a crime and are you not? It's more of a character issue. So let me flip this. We already know what happened with Tamaya Denard, so that's up in the show. With Jeff Pastor and as it relates to Kelli Prather, if we find out that these charges are in fact valid and true, and they either cop a plea or plead guilty or are found guilty, then it's not about acting white. It's about character. It's about character. Like, Black people got to have character too. All that shit, we already know about racism, but I don't give you no pass to commit no crimes. You don't get no free pass to commit no crime because you Black. Where they do that at? So character matters, especially if you put yourself in a leadership position in our community. If you put yourself in a leadership position in our community, then you got to do what other people don't have to do. You got to make sure that every T is crossed. You got to make sure that every I is dotted. It's not just about not getting criminal charges. You got a responsibility for the community. You representing us. I mean, it's real simple. So I hear you, Def. But again, if this is true about Kelli and Jeff, I even lump in Lakita Cole. So you know me, I hope all these charges are not true. I hope everybody go home. That's my attitude for everybody. I hate to see people get caught up in the legal system, and I especially hate to see Black people caught up in the legal system. I hate it. Okay? None of this makes me happy. But if in fact these charges stick and it's true, it's a character issue. You made a bad decision. Now, you know me, I have a big, progressive, forgiving heart. I think people can make a mistake and learn from it and do better in the future. I genuinely believe that. And if in fact it goes that way, like with Tamaya, I genuinely believe that once she deals with this, and what I hope, I don't know if it's possible, I would love to see her back in politics. I know that sounds like crazy for some people, but I stand by that. I stand by my support for her. Now, what she did afterward is on her. But the reasons why I supported her, I still believe in. I still stand by it. And it's a damn shame with Jeff Pastor. He's a black Republican. I had my issues with Jeff, and I tried to tell the community about him before he got elected. I stand by that. But once he was elected, I thought, okay, let's see what this brother can do. He might do something great for the community. He might go to the Republican Party and help to change the local Republican Party. I mean, I know it might have been a pipe dream, right? But I mean, that's how I looked at it. I wasn't happy to hear about that shit. I love to see black people living good. You got your big house, taking care of that family. Great. I love it. Love it. I'm here for all of it. I want you to have more. I love to see us win. However, when people break the law, betray trust, we can't be shy about calling it out for what it is. It is what it is. You don't get no pass because you black. You don't get no passes. Ain't nobody giving me no passes. Where they do that? You get passes for your. I don't get no passes. So you ain't getting no passes. That's just how it works. I'm just saying. Alicia writes, she's talking to Angela. Chastity, hey, good morning to you, Chastity. She writes, if you're willing to pick up, I have bags of groceries and household supplies. Talking to Neil. Letty writes, black folks need to understand that white America wants us to be in bondage. Go back to your history. The FBI against the Black Panther is a fine example. Do anyone honestly think white collar crimes is not committed every single day? The wise thing to do is to keep your nose clean and document everything, date, time, and location. Letty, you so right about that, but you know what? We shouldn't even have to tell each other that. Shit, don't commit crimes. I mean, it's real simple. It's real simple. Now, it's simple to say, because I'm just sitting here, I'm in my home studio, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my own thing. So it's easy for me to say this. There's no pressure. And it's really easy for me to do it too, because you think about what that means. You know what I'm saying? What does that mean? So that's quite interesting. I mean, think about this. Like, had Kelli Prather received the appropriate amount, has she submitted the appropriate amount of signatures for her petition to run for mayor, then two things would have happened. Number one, she would have been a part probably of that NAACP event we just did last week. If you missed it, check it out again. I know it's a lot of people out there doing stuff, but for what I've seen so far, I think the NAACP forum has been the most informative, in my opinion. Everybody's doing great work. I ain't hating on nobody. I'm just giving the NAACP props, okay? I thought it was a really strong conversation. And then there's a lot of folks out there talking about a black agenda. Your boy held them accountable on the black agenda. It's up to y'all to pick up on that now. Black agenda, black agenda. I held their feet to the fire and got every last one of them to admit and to promise to they was going to put it on their website. Is it there? I'll be checking by the end of the week and let you know who's who and who's not. But I'm saying, I keep hearing people say this is important. Well, where you at? Take that clip, make sure you share it and hold them accountable to it. That's all I'm saying. Let me see. Darlene says she didn't have any sound, but nobody else is saying that. You might have to come back, leave the room and you come back in. Let me see. Ron writes, but to assume PG was the only white person doing dirt when Cranley dropped a phone in a hot tub and never to be talked about again, that gives the vibes of blacks being targeted. If you're asking me what I think, and I stand by what I've said, I thought from the beginning that there was some targeting going on with city council members, in particular Democrat city council members. I kind of got the feeling that maybe Jeff kind of got caught up in the game. That's just my feelings. I have no evidence. I don't have to be right. Let me just put it out there. This is just my personal feelings. Black elected officials in this city have a history of being targeted, being embarrassed, and things like that. If you're running for council, if you're a Hamilton County commissioner, we got 2 black Hamilton County commissioners. I don't have to tell these smart. I don't have to tell Alicia Reese this. I don't have to. Shit, this woman's super. Her intellect is off the charts. They already know this. I'm just saying, watch yourself. Watch yourself, because other people are. Especially if you the kind of person that's going to be a rabble rouser. Like you the kind of person that's going to be calling out other people and calling out corruption. If you're that person, oh, you definitely got to make sure you keep your nose clean, because whoever they are, fill in the blank and define for yourself, they are definitely going licking their chops to get at you. Oh, you talking? Oh, okay, we got something for you, that big mouth. Yeah. We're going to put criminal charges right there. Shut you up with this. You know how the game is. Victoria writes, didn't hear Kelli Prather, but I wish her well. Blacks are being attacked and targeted everywhere in this country, but I personally will not have a part in piling on. Terrence writes, Father Graham at Xavier. Yeah, no disrespect to Father Graham, and in no way was I trying to say that about them. You know, I don't have no reason to do that. I was just saying that I was not aware of all of their contributions. You know what I'm saying? That's just more on me. I'm sure they've done great things. You know what I'm saying? Jerica writes, oh, I thought Nate believed that black people, especially women, have no self-control. Remember, we can't control ourselves when twerk music is played. Really? Really, Jerica? That's what we doing right now? Ah, boy. Tamiko, good morning to you. Letty writes, Tamaya deserves a second chance. Oh, sure. Oh, I believe in second. I got a second chance. I went to a second chance high school. I graduated from a second chance high school, Peter H. Clark Academy. It doesn't exist anymore. It was a short-lived program so that, you know, people that was in my situation could still get a diploma. It felt like damn near every dude in the school was, you know, had like a dope charge. And almost every girl at the school had a child. It was a second chance school for kids like me. You know what I'm saying? And so I believe in, I got a second chance. I believe in second chances every day, all day. All day. But you got to pay that prime. You got to pay that crime. If you did a crime, you got to pay the time first, though. And then we could talk about second chances. So again, sometime soon, I think it's later this month or next month, Tamaya Denard's going to have to turn herself in. I ain't looking forward to that, fam. I ain't looking forward. You know, she was one of the original choppers. She was the first ever political candidate to use this platform to promote her candidacy. She was the very first one. She hit me up, was like, Nate, I support what you're doing. I always rock with you. I'm one of the choppers. This is what I want to do. I'm like, word, you know, you get touched by stuff like that. So if you rock with me, you can just know this. I don't jump off the bandwagon because you hit a little bump in the road. I don't talk shit about you behind your back. I don't do none of that. That's just not who I am as a person. I don't pile on. If I rock with you, I rock with you. Period. Simple as that. I ain't going down with you. Don't get that twisted. But I ain't gonna shit on you because some stuff happens. You know, I'm a helper. You know, that's just more of my nature. Sarah writes, okay, talking to her. I knew Jeff Pastor was a con man the first time I talked to him at the NAACP meeting. Did you? You know, I never got the sense that Jeff was a con man. I never got that. I knew that something was going on because he was dealing with a whole lot of new money. And then I'm thinking, wait a minute, this ain't influencing you? Big house all of a sudden, big job. I was happy for bro, though. I was happy. Like, you know, he's a family man, married to a black woman, raising black kids. Oh, I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? But the media side, the journalist in me was like, And I said it to you. I'm not saying anything now I didn't say 2 years ago when I felt that way, or 3 years ago. I said this to you. But I wasn't happy to hear about anybody's legal problems. I don't get anything out of that. It don't put no money in my pocket to hear about a brother or a sister going to jail. it don't do nothing for me. In fact, it just saddens me, quite honestly. I hate to see my people get caught up with the nonsense, but it happens sometimes. Shannon writes, I don't understand why they call out the expenditures. Just because you receive money to carry your business doesn't mean you don't have other funds. The income is a wash. Whether I use it from what I have first or what I get later, it all comes from the same pot. That's an interesting point. So how do the feds know that the $18,000 that she spent wasn't her own personal $18,000 and she still got $18,000 in the bank? If I got $18,000 in the bank already, I get another 18 grand from the government. I spend $18,000. Whose $18,000 is it? Is that where you're going with it? David writes, great interview with the ladies. Oh yeah, they did all the work. We were in and out. See, shout out to Crystal with the voice of Black Cincinnati, voice of your customer, because she helped to set up the interview. I appreciate that. Let's see, Black media always got to work together. Always. TNT writes, how does Cranley get away? He's probably smart about it. He's probably smart enough to skirt that line, but not go too far. Plus, he's the mayor. So all the prestige, the power, the influence, the inside information, he's got all of that. And I mean, when I remember the Inquirer did an article in which they talked about Cranley, they put him on blast, right? When I read what Cranley was doing, it seemed just like what the allegations are against PG. I think the only difference from what I can remember is the language. I think with PG, the feds are harping on the fact that his language, some of the communication, the conversation, opened itself to be interpreted as if it was quid pro quo. And I think with Cranley, from what I read in the Inquirer article, that he skirts that line, but he makes sure that there's a difference. Like, it's not illegal for members of city council to sit down and talk to developers about upcoming development. That's not illegal. And it's not illegal for those same developers to campaign, to contribute to the campaign. That's not illegal. It's just, it can't be quid pro quo. And that's where, we'll find out what's going to happen with PG Sittenfield. Again, I wish the best. Y'all know I rock with PG. I know him. And same with him. I hope he comes out of it. But at the same time, you got to deal with the consequences of your actions, no matter who you are. It is what it is. You see, Letty writes, in politics, people say people you think is your friends are not your friends. They will set you up. Understand that that's in any business you work for. Smile in your face and they will stab you in your back. Well, Letty, I've been in work situations where people did that. People will stab you in the back on the job. Ask Jerry Tolliver. She'll tell you. I keep saying it. Jerry's just so nice, though. She just go on with her life. She ain't trying to cause no problem. But you ask her about people who you think is your friends and being stabbed in the back. I'm gonna keep making that point to somebody until it sticks. So yeah, it don't have to just be politics. And black folks will do you in. Black folks will do you dirty. If they think that you got something that they want or you're in a position they want, black people will do you in. They'll do you straight in to benefit themselves. But that's just since the beginning. I mean, didn't Cain kill Abel? So let's be real here. Not everybody feels the same way a lot of us do. Like, I don't rock that way, but some people do. Some people do. Black, white, or whatever. I'm just saying, just watch yourself. Watch yourself. Watch your actions. Watch what you do, especially if you out front and center in the city of Cincinnati. To all the people that's thinking about running for city council, you already know you got to have your shit in order. If it's not, you might want to rethink this candidacy. Because people are going to be watching. Local media, that is their job. The Inquirer, that is their job. They're going to investigate. They're going to get to the bottom of it as much as they can. I'm going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it here. It's going to be talked about. And that's just the nature of the media and the beast. And again, a lot of this, I don't even have to tell you because y'all law-abiding citizens. Y'all ain't committing no PPP loan fraud. You ain't out here doing nothing like that. Even if you had an opportunity to do it, you wouldn't do it, right? That's 99.9%, if not 100% of the people in the audience. We ain't going out like that. But there might be some people who are tempted. You might be tempted, like, damn, I think I can get away with this. Be careful, family. Be careful, because what we can see is that the feds are targeting people whether they're prominent or not. It don't matter. They coming for you. So, my thing is, I don't mind no investigations. Investigate all you want to. As long as you're not doing something criminal, they ain't got nothing to find. That's how I look at it. So keep that character A1, and you ain't got to worry about it. That's how I look at it. Hashtag polyamorous. Y'all gonna bring that back up about Jeff? Polyamorous Jeff Pastor. That's why he had that money, man, because he got to keep all them women happy. I said it. It's been said before. Vernon writes, Jeff Pastor was a punk from Jump Street. Then I met him and I could see he was cool, but still felt he was dirty. Really? Cleopatra writes, I heard he wears a wire when he talks to other council members. Speaking of the mayor, I don't know. I've heard those kind of things. Oh, no. I've heard those kind of things about Cranley. Let me see here. Didi writes, they have folk that go through the bank account. If you have $500 in the bank and then go spend $18,000 after you get funds to pay business expenses, there were no business expenses, but only personal expenses, you will have to prove where else you got the money. That's what she said. Frene writes, because they have all her bank records and she should have a separate business account used for only business purposes. When you're in the spotlight, you have to be clean as a whistle. So clean, they literally have to go through your trash to find your dirt. We still got Kelly with us. Kelly's still with us, hanging out with us this morning. Yeah, this ain't my favorite thing to be talking about this morning, quite honestly. Dale writes, I never met Jerry Tolliver, but listening to her and reading her story, I could tell she's a good person. Oh, yeah, Jerry's good people. Yeah, Jerry's definitely good people. Oh, most definitely. Jerry brought me into the talk radio game in terms of commercial. I would have did it no matter what. I just would have went somewhere else. But, that's what opened the door for me. Good people. Good people right there. Done wrong. Good people done wrong, in my humble opinion. I keep saying it because it's true. That's why. And we speak the truth here. Nothing is funnier than the truth. Noble Drew Ali writes, I support Kelly. Kelly, if you need me to fly to Cali and slap the shit out of Drop, just say the word. Really? Well, we don't want to do all that, brother. So we're going to slap the shit out of Drop. What? I'm sorry, the Chop Shop on Spreaker. Pat writes, good morning. Notable Drew Ali writes, we love you, Kelly. Crab ass niggas want to see my sister fall. You hating ass niggas kill me. Just call him clown ass nigga, Kelly. Damn, he going in. Drop, stick yourself on the count of 3. 1, 2, stick yourself. What? Drop writes, campaign Kelly, anything you can and will be used against you in a court of law. She a snitch too. Now Kelly's a snitch. Okay. Dale writes, good morning, choppers. Got my first dose of the Pfizer COVID vaccine. So far, I haven't turned into a flesh-eating zombie yet. I wish you the best. I know a couple people who done it. Some people, and I'm getting different responses. Some people are having more of a reaction than other people. So, Victoria writes, Jerry Tolliver, a queen in our midst. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Jerry Tolliver is one of the nicest people you ever want to meet. She's good people. That sister cares. Oh, absolutely. 100%. 100%. I've had my differences with Jerry. I ain't telling you I ain't have it. But definitely good people. Most definitely. Most definitely. She deserved better, quite honestly. All the work she did for the community, she deserved better. Much better than that. Rachel writes, good morning, family. Hey, good morning to you, Rachel. Welcome. Welcome. You got me for another 20 minutes, and then I got to make a move. You already know where I'm going, right? It's not lipo. It's that natural way. We're gonna get it in for a couple hours, get this body right, and then of course I'll be back with you later on today. Let me go to the phones here. Looks like we got another call coming in. Let's take it. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, comrade.
Good morning, comrade. Welcome.
Another devastation on the ground to Cincinnati today.
That's one way of saying it, yeah.
Hey, but look, I don't think the fairs are done. Did you see the article maybe yesterday about Pat Hanley and the Gang of Five still investigating?
I did see the article, yes.
Man, that investigation been going on for 15 months.
Yeah.
He getting paid $250 an hour for 15 months.
Yeah, he's milking the clock.
Bruh, he's running out the clock. Hey, guess who's paying for that?
You and me.
Bruh. Man. So if you pay for 15 months, $250 an hour, let's say this guy's making in 40 hours a week. I mean, hell, he made hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands off corruption. This is usually how it works. Hey, I mean, I don't know. I just keep hearing some people are next, even in that scenario. They ain't done.
Same here.
But it's just crazy. And we're still paying cats to investigate. But I mean, Kelly, really ain't too many words for that whole scenario. You read the complaint. This is the worst complaint, even out of the elected officials. This is worse than ours. Because this is no level of desperation. This is all about getting into that money world. I mean, come on. She tried to get $600,000. You only gave her $19,008. And then she only got $19,008. She probably was scared shitless. Like, they done got me down. But meanwhile, her homegirls are getting hundreds of thousands of dollars. There was only one smart person out of all of that if they're going to do some shit like that. And that's the one that got the property. They invested in real estate. They're going to have to do a hell of the feds going to have to prove that she bought the real estate with that money in order to take that back, repossess that land. So she got a little bit of a cleaner scenario than the chicks out here getting butt shots and getting their stuff tightened up. But they 50 years old, bro. Come on, man. Y'all way past the danger zone getting liposuction and shit. Just accept y'all 50. It's cool. We ain't gonna be young forever. It's just sick, bro. We'll keep watching the heads get cut off.
We will, brother. Anything
but y'all
else?
Leave Drop alone. Drop's allowed to drop science whenever he wants to. He's an all-middle affiliate. He has that right. We're out.
Why the hell did you just say that? All you did is just put a battery in that brother's back. Oh, God, I'm never going to hear the end of it now. Damn, why'd you say that, man? I'm never going to hear the end of it now. Drop it to the alt-middle, shout out to the alt-middle and all its affiliates. Okay. We'll see. 513-873-7134. Let me mix in some other topics. This may or may not be in your radar screen. You may or may not really care about this, but it's things that are happening right now. Now, you know me, I like to mix it up. See that Claudia Jordan is back in the news again. You know, she was in the news last week because she got caught up with that whole thing. She got called out and named by, I guess, the soon-to-be ex-wife of Gary Hart. And it's interesting, man. Like, the whole thing with Gary Hart is something else. And it just kind of leads back into, I don't know. The whole thing is something else. So now Claudia Jordan is in the news because she got called out because she tweeted "Rest in Paradise DMX" alongside a broken heart, a crown, and praying hand emojis, which she quickly deleted because DMX, as I understand it, is still alive. Let me double check here, make sure. Dartman X. I'm reading that Demi Lovato feels survivor's guilt after DMX overdose. You know, she got a drug problem too. She recently, she OD'd a couple times, if I remember correctly. So now Claudia Jordan has to apologize because she's kind of jumping the gun when it comes to DMX. So just so you know, DMX is not dead. He's currently in a vegetative state, but he remains alive, as I understand. It's the latest information I got for you. There's a whole bunch of visuals, prayer visuals outside of the White Plains Hospital, where he is on life support. And I'm telling you, man, that's a difficult thing. Like my mother, y'all know this. I shared it with you. She took a fall, had a seizure, took a fall last year, late last year, it was before Christmas. Boom, she was unconscious. And I'm telling you, man, when you walk into a hospital room and you see your mother or somebody that you love, and they're not even breathing on their own, got all these tubes in them and all this shit in them, man, like, you know, we kept hope, but it can really make you feel hopeless, and it's very emotional. So I can only imagine what the family, and see, my mother's in her 70s. I can only imagine this man is what, 50, 49, something like that, 51, something around there. So, you know, midlife, and, you know, still got a lot of life left in him. And he's dealing with, you know, his family has to deal with that. Have you ever seen that before? A family member with all the tubes in them, they're intubated, they're not even breathing on their own, and you trying to communicate with them and they just completely out, got the stuff all up through their nose and in their mouths because they feeding them. And you ever seen that before? That shit will bring your heart to his knees. That shit will bring your heart to his knees. You'll be done. Of course, you know, your mother, I was sick about Chairman Mom. She got better. Best thing ever. So I'm just trying to imagine and put myself in the place of DMX, right? Like you walking in here, he got all these tubes in him. And then for my people out there addicted to drugs, man, get help. It's not too late. It's not impossible. You can get help. You can get clean. You can get off of it. You can live your life without your drugs. I know how it is. You get in your routine and you can't get through the day without that weed, without them pills, without that needle, without them drugs. You got without that alcohol. It's people out there right now that's been drinking, and it's 9:44. I'm not trying to shame you. I'm saying that I see you. I can feel you. And I'm here to tell you, you can stop. That shit hard, but you can't stop. People do it all the time. You can do it. You can do it. And, you know, don't let getting a heart attack be the catalyst that you need. You know what I'm saying? Don't stop before it goes that far. And just so you know, to my long-term drug users out there, no matter what drug you're using, whether you feel it or not, you're doing long-term damage to your body. To all my weed smokers out there, I only smoke on the weekends. I know. Get it in. Enjoy your life. But don't fool yourself into believing that you're not having an impact on your body and your health. You are. You are 100%. Don't go out like that, family. We need you here. We need you here. Don't go out like that. So all I'm trying to say is that you can do it. You can. It's hard. It may seem impossible, but it's possible. You can do it. You can get that. You can beat it. You can beat it. No doubt about it. 100%. That might not be for, I'm telling you, I can feel it right now. Somebody taking that drink. Listen to Nate Ivy. I'm going to get that drink. Slow down, bro. Slow down, sis. Think about it. Think about it before you do that. Okay? That's all I'm trying to tell you, man. Just think about it. Think about it. You got kids. You got a family. Who knows what your contributions to our community could be? You know what I'm saying? You might do something magnificent for us. You might create something big for us. All right? Don't shoot yourself in the foot with them drugs and shit. It's very insidious, man. You can start, a lot of people start taking drugs for one reason, but the reason that they continue to take drugs is something completely different. So a lot of people, like, it's recreational. You're at a party, somebody gives you a drink, you drink it. Now you like bourbon, right? And that's why you took the bourbon. It's at the party. It's peer pressure. You just want to fit in, or you want to feel good like everybody else and, you know, get up and dance or whatever. But the reason why they keep taking it has to deal with trauma and pain and insecurity and whatever else they're dealing with, right? And then some people just have highly addictive personalities where they get one hit, they get one taste, they hit the joint one time, they get one time with the needle, they hit one pill, hooked. They got you. So I don't want my people to go out like that. So take care of yourself as much as you can. All right. Just a little words of confirmation for you. Let me see. Ray writes, was it a free-for-all on the initial PPP process? Asking for a friend. It was a free-for-all. Yeah, it was. It was. That's why the money got dried up. See, the bad thing is that there was people out there with righteous businesses who really needed it for payroll, to support a staff. They ain't get it. And you got some people out there living it up with $300,000 of money they didn't even really need. And to me, no amount of money is worth my freedom. No, I ain't doing that. Now, it depends on the time now. I'm saying, let's be real here. This is a month or 2, 6 months. We stacking 10 bills, 10 mils. I might be able to do that. All right. But I'm just saying, you know how it is. You're going to go to jail and you're going to pay the money back. You know how the feds work. You ain't going to get to keep all that money. Tracy writes, hello, all. Let me see here. Pamela writes, what an idiotic comment the caller just made. Ben writes, cannabis isn't a drug. Grows natural in nature. The smoking of it causes the issue. Edibles and something else. Anything that's not food or water that you put in your body is a drug, as I understand it. So I think by the pure definition, it is a drug. That's just me. I want to remind everyone that today's show is brought to you by the Focus 2021 series. There is a link in today's description where you can download a free 142-page ebook. What's in the book? Well, it's tips, strategies to help you deal with life, to help you accomplish goals, to help you move over hurdles, obstacles. It's called the Focus 2021 series. You can download it. It's free and available for you this morning to all of my listeners. While you're doing it, you can also sign up for 30 minutes of free professional coaching. Now, the question is, do you see coaching as a resource? Do you see professional coaching as something that you can get something out of? That's what it really comes down to, right? And what I would say is, if you've never had a coach, sign up and try it out. It's free. It will cost you something, though. It'll cost you the time that it takes you to sign up, and then the time that you're going to spend where you're actually involved with the coaching. That's going to be the price of it. I've heard great things about professional coaching. I've never had a professional coach myself, per se. But this opportunity is available to you up until and through this Friday. So you've got today, you've got Thursday, and then you've got Friday. After that, they won't be offering coaching to anyone after that. Okay. Now, perhaps you've already established a relationship and that can continue. But if you're interested in signing up, make sure you do it by Friday at the latest. Now, the ebook's going to be available to you into the future. That will continue even after Friday. Okay, we on the same page. I want to make sure you got it. I want to make sure I'm effectively communicating to you. You understand what the opportunity is. Charles writes, that part, Nate. Folks think they got to serve a short federal bid, get out and enjoy the money. Nah, genius, you got to pay that money back. Yeah, you ain't getting the money. They're going to take all that. You're going to do your time. You coming out broke. Brent writes, a Houston, Texas man was charged with $24 million in fraud for PPP. Feds going after everybody, right? Now, you already know when they set up a system like PPP and they're not asking for a lot of upfront credentials and a whole lot of evidence. You already know that on the back end, they're going to have the boys at the FBI going through everything with a fine-tooth comb. You already know that the banks is going to be working with the government to try to identify people with suspicious activity. We all know that. You don't just get money like that and there's no strings attached whatsoever. Where they do the fuck that? Where you do that at? They don't do that in America. They might do that shit in Zamunda. They don't do that shit in America. So I'm just saying, be smart. Be smart out there, family. You know what I'm saying? Be smart. Graston writes, Kelli Prather may never get out of prison. She's 50 plus. I think she's 48. Thought she was 48. I don't know. It's close to 50. Rachel writes, DMX drug addiction story is heartbreaking, ain't it? I saw it again this morning. I had planned on playing it for you. It's super emotional. Oh my God, it's super emotional. Like I told you, man, I just want to put my hands on the individuals that did that. What a weak ass man thing to do. Give a kid a laced joint. What a weak ass thing to do, man. Here's an example of humans worse than COVID, right? That's my theory, that there's too many human beings out there that are worse than COVID. Here is today's example of humans worse than COVID. Would you like to see this? I'm going to play this for you. You got to see this. Look at her mask. What a great mask. What exactly is that supposed to stop? Have you seen this? Yeah, lady got called out for not having a mask on. But here's what she had to say. Check this out.
This is a real B&H customer story. Jack and Barbara, professional wildlife photographers.
All right, check this out.
Yeah, it says face mask cover your cloth. Read CDC. It says a cloth covering over your nose and your mouth. This is my cloth covering over my nose and my mouth. No, it's not.
She said the CDC says you're supposed to have a cloth covering your nose and your mouth. And this is what this woman did. I'm not sure how much protection you're going to get from that. But humans worse than COVID. This is today's example of human beings worse than COVID. You see, COVID only wants to replicate. It only wants to survive. It only wants to reproduce. COVID don't do shit like this. COVID don't play games with itself and play games with cloth. That's what humans do. Humans are far worse than COVID could ever be.
There is no adequacy in a face mask. There is absolutely none. I don't see it anywhere in the CDC guidelines, and I don't see it anywhere on any of your. It says a face mask is required.
Now, why would she even put something on like that? I mean, look at this again. Check this out again. You can't make this up.
Cover your cloth. Read CDC. It says a cloth covering over your nose and your mouth. This is my cloth covering over my nose and my mouth. No, it's not. There is no adequacy in a face mask. There is absolutely no.
Now, I want to stop it right there. Look at this fool. Look at this fool. Look at this fool here. Now, this is the kind of shit that's going to get our goose cooked as a planet. I submit to you, family, that it won't be COVID. It'll be Karens. That's what's going to cause the apocalypse. It's going to be some damn Karens doing this kind of stuff. She should be arrested just on GP. Just lock her ass up. Lock her ass. She think this shit funny. Talking about what the CDC says you got to have a cloth mask over your nose and over your chin. So did she make this? Did she say, you know what? I'm going to cut this out and I'm going to walk around. And then when people say things to me, I'm going to prove them wrong. What in the get yo auntie? Whose friend is this? TNT said, absolute fool. What a fool. These are the kind of people that are the problem in America. People just like this. I would take COVID over this Karen any day. Any day. Any day. This is nuts. What are you doing, woman? And then got the nerve to want to argue about it. Y'all see this? She want to argue like, well, no. CDC guidelines say it's got to be over my nose. It's over my nose. It's not covering your face, lady. Y'all see this? Please screenshot this and share. This is the kind of shit we got to deal with. There's no way in hell that Jesus is ever coming back. He ain't never coming back. Why would he show up to deal with this kind of stuff? For my Christians out there waiting for the rapture, it ain't coming. It ain't coming. Ain't no rapture. We just stuck here. Because if there is a God, he's embarrassed as a motherfucker right now. Look at this. Like, what did I create? We don't have a chance. She probably voting in all the elections, the primaries. Humans, say it with me, folks. Humans worse than COVID. Way worse than COVID. Let me write, it's not COVID over Karen. I would take COVID over Karen any day. Greg writes, Jesus might come back to take her to heaven or purgatory. Just pick her up by herself. Maybe. Diana writes, Planet Fitness and BMV Karen is just like this lady. They are idiots. Planet Fitness Karen. BMV Karen. I love the internet. I love the internet. TNT writes, don't say that about Black Jesus. He's coming back. Okay. Okay. Drop is cracking up. Oh boy. Politically petty show writes, I bet she voted for Donald Trump in the Republican Party. You think? That might be a safe bet. Say it with me, family. Humans worse than COVID. Talking about, I've got a mask on. Like I told you, humans out here playing games with the virus. The virus ain't playing no games with humans, though. Oh, man. Oh, man. Scott writes, you gotta laugh to keep from crying. People are just, they make my head hurt. People, humans worse than COVID. Way worse. Hey, listen, if you haven't already done so, please take the time to find me on YouTube, Nathan IVEY, and subscribe. I appreciate you. I'm trying to get my subscriptions to at least 1K. That way I can monetize that channel. I appreciate you. It's another way of checking out the live stream. I'm going to go ahead and make a move, family. I really appreciate you. Have an excellent rest of your day. Thanks to Kelli Prather for giving us a call and giving us her insights about her legal issues. I appreciate it. Have an excellent rest of your day. Remember our motto. Winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners. So stay focused and stay winning, and we'll talk real soon, fam. Until next time, I'm Nathan Ivey, and I'm out.